New manufacturer joining the sport of NASCAR has been a topic of discussion ever since Dodge left a couple years ago. And now there's been some new news that came out recently that suggests that there might be a new frontrunner to join NASCAR.
Lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the
Welcome back to the video, and today we are going to be talking about some news development about Honda possibly joining the Cup Series. If you guys do enjoy, make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button. Let's get right into the video. About 2 days ago, Adam Stern, a NASCAR insider, made a tweet saying this: a group of NASCAR executives who traveled to IMS last Friday during the Indy 500 weekend were seen spending time inside the Honda hauler per people familiar. Scope of meeting unknown. Execs on trip include Steve Phelps and OD Steve, I'm not sure who that is, Steve O'Donnell, and both NASCAR and Honda declined comment. Now, do keep in mind that he did say that we don't know what they were talking about. I mean, for all we know, they could be talking about what they ate for dinner or what they're eating for dinner, or what hotel they're staying in. But we're going to go ahead and assume they were talking about Honda potentially joining the sport of NASCAR. It's been no secret that NASCAR has been talking to other manufacturers under the table, saying, come join our sport. I mean, they've said it multiple times that they hope to bring in new manufacturers, and a lot of reporters say that they believe that there will be a new manufacturer coming up in the Gen 7. As for the possibility of Honda joining, I think at some point they will. I really do think this is a thing that is going to happen, but the earliest I could see them joining is whenever the Gen 7 car comes out. Because why would you invest your money, millions and millions of dollars on a Gen 6 car that's going to be out of order in about 2 or 3 years when they release a Gen 7 car? They could even maybe possibly get a head start on the Gen 7 car on all the other manufacturers. I don't know how much of it would be, but they could get kind of a head start, come in there at the beginning of the Gen 7 era, and there you go. You got your Honda's in the sport. But yeah, I would say the earliest I could see them coming in is when the Gen 7 car comes out, maybe a couple years past when the Gen 7 car comes out. First thing that comes to mind that would pick up Honda is Chip Ganassi Racing. They already have Honda in the IndyCar series, and I feel like if they were super loyal to Chevy, they would still have Chevy as their IndyCar. I think Chip Ganassi would probably jump at the chance to be Honda in both series. I don't know. I don't know him personally, but I feel like it seems like since they switched to Honda and IndyCar, they would be pretty open to switching to Honda in NASCAR. I mean, I don't know. That's just me. They could stay to Chevy, but that is the first one that comes to mind. Also, keep in mind that a somewhat credible source said that RPM or Richard Petty Motorsports was planning on going to, or he said they were switching to Honda, and that seems to be, that just kind of adds to it. I mean, obviously it was wrong, but it was from a source that has links inside of NASCAR, so maybe you just kind of jumped the gun, and in a couple years RPM might be one to switch to Honda when Honda obviously makes its join to the sport. And then that's really all for the teams that I could see moving there. I mean, obviously there's some small teams, maybe Front Row Racing, teams like that, JTD Daugherty, teams like that, or Daugherty, I guess is how you say it, but teams like that would be teams. I don't know if they would even be fast with Honda equipment, but those are teams that I could see, taking the Honda emblem. Last little thing I want to talk about here is the fan acceptance. I think Honda has a little bit of an advantage over Toyota in this, because obviously remember back in 2006 when Toyota joined the sport, a lot of people did not like it. I think Honda has a little bit of an advantage. It's been around for quite a while. Yes, it is foreign, but it makes a lot of different products other than cars. I mean, they make motorbikes, they make dirt bikes, they make quads, you name it. And I think that does give them a little advantage. I think people will be more accepting of a Honda joining into the sport, just because of that fact that Honda makes so many different things that they've probably sometime in their life had a Honda. Me personally, I don't think I have, but most people probably have had some sort of Honda vehicle in their lifetime, and they'd probably be a little bit more accepting of that. But there still will be those NASCAR extremists, die-hard NASCAR fans that are against it. And all I have to say to you guys is, if you really were a die-hard NASCAR fan and you wanted to see the sport succeed, wouldn't you want to see another manufacturer join the sport? Because that means there is a company out there investing millions upon millions of dollars into your sport, and that only is good for any sport. I mean, like lacrosse. If somebody invests a lot of money in lacrosse, that's good for the sport. It's the same concept as a new manufacturer joining NASCAR. So if you're all down in the dumps because Honda's joining and it's not an American-made car, maybe you're not a diehard NASCAR fan. It's just a suggestion. But that's all I got for today. Make sure you like, hit the subscribe button, comment down below. What do you guys think? Is Honda going to join? Should Honda join? Should we get more manufacturers, or are we fine with 3? What are some other manufacturers that might join the sport? And that's really all I got. See you all in the next one. Peace out.